Reaching for a distant star. Don't stop now. Isn't it strange how we're safe at home? So that I counting days until the second call. If you're gonna make a change, you have to let me know. Turn this shit around, just out of top the yards. It's all you need to do. Don't stop now. Reaching for a distant star. Don't stop now. Isn't it strange how we're safe at home? So that I counting days until the second call. If you're gonna make a change, you have to let me know. Turn this shit around, just out of top the yards. It's all you need to reaching for a distant star. Don't stop now. Isn't it strange how we're safe and home? Together counting days until a second glow. If you're gonna make those shades, you have to let me know. Turn this shit around, just start to top the notes. It's all you need to do.
What's going on, people? Welcome back to We Are Tottenham TV and welcome back to another Good Morning Tottenham. We got a game tomorrow against NS Mura in the Europa Conference League, which Antonio Conte says in his press conference, this is a very important competition for us. But look, we've got the Antonio Conte press conference. We'll get through every word Antonio has said in build up to this game. We'll get into our match preview as well, and then we'll be getting you guys on to have your say on the game tomorrow. But what are you looking for tomorrow? You looking for a lot of rotation to see some new players in the new Conte system?
Yeah, I mean, it's going to be interesting to see who he plays up front, because he already said Scarlett's injured, so he's not going to be. We know he's not going to be playing, although he started under Nuno a few Conference League games. So if it's not going to be Scarlett, is it going to be one of Kane or Son up top, which and with a view to them playing on Sunday as well? That'll be a bit of a risk, and it'll be considering the injuries we've got. You don't want to risk them getting injured, so it'll be interesting to see what kind of. I want to see some rotation for sure. I think there will be players who will be wanting to prove themselves in this system, and for Conte that they can be part of the team. And I think there'll be a few players like Bergwijn and people like that who will definitely be looking to start this game for sure. So I'm expecting quite a bit of rotation tomorrow, but whether we see that up front remains to be seen.
Yeah, I mean, he's taking it a bit different to the way Nuno took this competition, where he says that, we'll get into the press conference in a second, but what he did say in there, he said that every single player that's fit will be travelling to Mura. So he won't
Very
be
different
leaving
to
anyone at
Vitesse.
home. Yeah, you know what I mean? Where every single player that played in that West Ham game was left at home, weren't they?
Yeah.
A bit of a different stance by Antonio Conte, and I think I kind of agree with it, because I don't know if you remember back then when he did rest those 11 players, I strongly disagreed with that. But anyway, let's get into the press conference and let's see what he has been saying.
Morning.
Morning, everybody. Previewing tomorrow's Europa Conference League trip to Mura. No embargo on the content here. Please raise your hand if you'd like to ask a question. One per person, and we'll try to get through as many as possible in the time we have. Ian Abrahams, would you like to? Do you want to kick us off?
Absolutely. Good morning, Anthony.
Good morning.
I wanted to actually ask you about someone who you would have known and managed against, Mauricio Pochettino, a former Spurs manager. Looks like he's going to be going back to the Premier League. Do you welcome the challenge of facing him again?
But honestly, in this moment, I'm so busy to think to my work and to know this and the situation here in Tottenham, that to speak about eventually if Pochettino comes again in England. I think I'm not prepared for this answer. I'm sorry, but I'm focused on the game against Mura, and Mauricio is a friend, is a good friend, is a good person, and I wish for him the best. And okay.
Simon Stone on Zoom, please.
Hi.
Let's start off with the Mura press conference about questions about Pochettino. Great start.
Still a PSG manager as well.
You know what I mean?
He's
It's
not that close to joining United. You start talking about it, I think, in other people's press conferences.
It's ridiculous. I mean, same old rubbish questions from the media. Nothing changes, eh?
Exactly.
All right, let's carry on.
Antonio, Nuno Espirito Santo left all his players out of the away games for the Conference League. How are you going to approach this competition? Are you going to take everybody with you to Mura?
Yeah. And all the players available, they will come with us, and they must be ready. They have to be ready to play against Mura, and surely. And I said on Sunday that I need to make a rotation, because there are players that they are a bit tired because played many games with the national team, and also we worked a lot in the last 2 weeks. But there are other players that they need game time, and but apart this, for us, this competition is important, and we want to take seriously this fixture, and we want to go to the next step, and for sure I will make the rotation, because personally I need to know much better the players, because there are players that I need to see them during a game, during a competition.
Thanks, Simon. Paul Gilmore in the room, please.
Hi, Antonio. How much did you and the players benefit this week from seeing Alessandro Del Piero, and what was that like?
Yeah, but Alessandro, came here to visit us and the training ground, and he was in London as a guest for Sky, and for the game Chelsea Juventus. It was good to see him. We played together. I coached him, and we won together a lot in our career. Good to see him after a long time.
Thanks, Paul. Dan Kilpatrick on Zoom, please.
Hi, Antonio.
Hi.
Similar question. Did Alessandro have any advice for Harry Kane?
Yeah, but we are talking about two world-class striker, and it was good for Harry to see Alessandro is the same, and Alessandro wants to see. Cheers all the players, and it was good for us.
Thanks, Dan. Jonathan Veal also on Zoom, please.
Hi there, Antonio. Just on another striker then, what do you make to Dane Scarlett so far? What have you seen of him? A few previous managers have really rated him and think he's going to be a big star. What do you make of him? What have you seen so far?
What do you make of Dane Scarlett so far? About Dane Scarlett? Yeah, but Scarlett in this moment is not available. Scarlett is not available, and during the international break, he had a problem in his ankle, and now he's not available. He's injured in the same way like Cristian Romero and Giovanni Lo Celso, but we are talking about a young player with great talent, and for sure I can't wait to work with him and to know him much better.
Paul Jiggins, please.
Antonio, can you give us any update on Romero and how he is?
Yeah, about Cristian Romero, we are waiting. We're waiting for another scan, and honestly, I think his injury is a bit serious, and we have to wait. And I don't know now the time that he needed to recover, and surely his injury is more serious than Giovanni Lo Celso and then Scarlett, and but we have to wait the next scan, and then I think the doctor can give more information, more details about his recovery.
Emma, please.
Hi, Antonio.
Hi.
So we just spoke to Ryan Sessegnon, and he's ready to sort of, as he said, kickstart his career after his injury. Do you have to be cautious playing the likes of Sessegnon and Brian Hill coming back from injury, or do you feel they're now ready to start games again?
Brian is, in my opinion, he has a great potentiality, and I have seen in the past he suffered a lot of injuries. Now we are trying to work in the right way with him, and I think with this type of player, and it's very important during the training session to push your engine at high level, and to have a good training session, because in this way you are trained during the game to bring high intensity, high level your performance. And we are working with him since 2 weeks. Now he's ready, and he's ready to start. Tomorrow he'll start the game, and yeah, I can't wait to see his performance, because I repeat, he's a good player, he's a talented player, he's very young with a great space for improvement, and now it's important to give him a regularity, and to try to avoid the injury and to be available for every game.
Gary.
Christian's injury, Antonio, you'll probably need to now strengthen that area in January. You say it's quite serious.
But I have to be honest, in this moment, I'm not thinking about January because there is still a long way to go. We have many games to play, and also I want to make my evaluations about this squad, about these players, and now I'm very focused. I'm very focused at the present, because the present now for me is very important. I need to make many evaluations about the whole squad, and then we'll see and what happened.
Darren Lewis on Zoom, please.
Hi, Antonio.
Hey.
Your own record, speaks for itself, winning trophies with different clubs and improving players. But do you believe you have anything further to prove to people who perhaps might not give you the respect you deserve in your record?
But I think that in every the past is there, and is behind of my back, and I think that for me the most important thing is now the present, and the past you have won trophy in the past, and this is important. But now in the present, and you put yourself in a different situation, and I think that they have to prove, they have to prove again to be competitive, to be ready to fight also in this new situation. In that case, with Tottenham, to try to build something important, to win, to lift trophy. I know that this is not simple, and I'm honest to understand this and to tell you this. But we want to try to build something important, and also with Tottenham, we want to try to win, to lift trophy together. I think this must be our target, to build together something ready to fight. In England, it's not simple. It's not easy because the other teams are very, very strong, and but I know that through the work we can improve a lot. If you tell me how much time we need before happen to win or to lift trophy, in this moment is very difficult for me to tell this. But in our mind, in our heart, must be this inspiration, and we have to try to do this for the best of the club.
Do you believe you will have answered those people who possibly doubt you if you were to deliver a trophy or the Champions League, a top 4 place for Tottenham?
In this moment, we have to be focused, and only to work very hard and to improve, because I don't see another way to reach our target, and there is only this way, and to work very hard to create the right atmosphere, to be solid in the spirit, in the character, and to be ready to suffer. And I think there is also a good work also mentally, tactically, physically, mentally. And but honestly, I have found a group of players that they want to work, they want to improve, and these are a good base for me, because I can arrive in a new club and then I want to bring my methods, my idea, but if you don't have the availability of the players, it's impossible. It's impossible. Instead, I have seen positive things in Tottenham, and I felt good vibes, and I think this is a good base to start.
Thanks, Darren. And finally, Filippo Benincampi, please.
Salve Antonio, Sky Sport, sempre un piacere ritrovarla. Ha parlato di attitudine dei giocatori. Reguilon, scherzando prima della partita contro il Leeds, ha detto queste sono state le peggiori.
All right, well, unless anyone's fluent Italian, they're not going to understand the next answer. But any takeaways from those awful questions?
The only real things of note is he pretty much confirmed Sessegnon starting tomorrow, which is good, and I'm excited to see him. He said he's excited to see him, and obviously we have Sessegnon's press conference on the channel as well, but Sessegnon was talking about how pretty much what I thought about Sessegnon in terms of this is the perfect appointment for him, and he plays the perfect formation for what Sessegnon wants to play. And I also think the way he gets the fullbacks playing is perfect for Sessegnon, and really getting the best out of him. So that's positive, and I'm excited to see what he can do tomorrow and in the future going forward. The other bit of note was Romero saying that the injury looks serious, which is not good news at all, really. Yeah. Just as he's starting to get into his stride in a Tottenham shirt, starting to play well regularly, goes off again on international duty and picks up a bad injury. We'll have to wait and see how serious it is, but doesn't sound good. Sounds like he might have torn his hamstring, which probably sounds like maybe a month or two.
Yeah, I mean, I was reading a report on Twitter this morning saying could potentially be out till January, which is not great.
Twitter reports ever reliable.
Yeah, well, sometimes, to be honest, but I don't know how what to take from it, but it looks as though the injury is serious and really not great. So who are you expecting at? Well, let's get into the preview now. For the match preview against Mura tomorrow night, 5:45 out in Slovenia. A nice early kickoff for you guys, but seeing as with the Romero news, who are you expecting to see in the defence tomorrow?
I'm still expecting a fairly strong. I'm expecting probably Dyer to start, and then I'm expecting on the other side probably Sanchez, and then one of Rodon or Tanganga. I'm assuming.
I got a feeling that he might mix it up a bit, because I do know, he wants to see every single player in action before the January transfer window, and I think that Dyer's been ever present for him so far. So I got a feeling Dyer might actually miss out this one. I got a feeling it could be maybe Sanchez, Rodon, and Tanganga.
I think, I mean, I wouldn't mind that, but I just feel like from what he's saying, I reckon he's going to go with Dyer and one of Rodon and Tanganga, I think, and with Sanchez as well. That's just the feeling I get.
Surely Rodon's nailed on to start this one.
I wouldn't say he's nailed on. I don't know with Rodon anymore at this point. You're not getting a look in with any manager right now. So
yeah, but Conte's just come in and he wanted a settled team for his first few games, and now this is like the first game where I think we're really going to see him experiment. That's just what I feel.
Yeah, I think he will change things. I don't know, but I think he will also want to keep a bit of consistency. That's the feeling I get. So I reckon he he won't be as weak. He won't be that weak. I don't think. I think it's still going to be a fairly strong team, I reckon.
And Conte says in his press conference, it's an important competition for us. Has your feelings on the Conference League changed at all? Do you think that we do go out and trying to win this tournament from the off?
I think actually, to be honest, it's more important now that Conte's here that we have a good tournament than it was under Nuno, in a weird way.
Why is that?
Because I feel like now that Conte's here, we have a serious cup-winning manager. Under Nuno, it was all about like building for the future. Like there wasn't like this element of something special could be achieved under Nuno, and I didn't put much value or importance in winning a third-rate European Cup competition when the importance of under Nuno was very much like my expectations under him was kind of like finishing in the top 6. I didn't really expect us to do much. I just feel like now under Conte, it would be more of a signifier winning a competition like this, that we could kick on to other things rather than under Nuno, where it's kind of like a plaster over the deficiencies of where we are.
Yeah, I get that, but it's interesting because I actually felt that maybe it's more important under Nuno to win this competition, because under Nuno we were going for top 6, right? And if we don't get the top 6, we don't get Europa League, and if we win the Conference League, it's kind of like a get out of jail free card kind of. Whereas under Nuno, I mean under Conte, I think we got to be aiming for top 4, and if we don't get top 4, then hopefully we will get Europa League. And I think that under Conte, I think we've got a much stronger case, obviously, for top 6 than we did under Nuno. So I feel like maybe it is a bit more important just because what you get at the end of it under Nuno, if you get what I'm saying.
Yeah, I just feel like under Nuno, we had to prioritise things a lot more.
Yeah.
Under Conte, I think he's going to find a way of getting us playing consistently, like twice in a week, as opposed and using the whole squad, as opposed to Nuno, where he was like just picking and choosing his battles kind of thing. Look, don't get me wrong, I'm not that bothered about this competition. I just feel like Conte is a very serious guy when it comes to every competition he's in, and
rightly so.
Yeah, and I think that's probably the right way to go when you're managing a big club like Tottenham. And I think that he's going to want to try win every competition he's in. That's kind of his mentality. He doesn't want anything to fall by the wayside. I think Nuno is very much about prioritising where he feels like he can get points, or where he feels like it's most important. And that's very evident of when he was leaving the whole first team squad at home and things like that. He was very much focused on, I'm just going to prioritise the league where I'm going to be judged. But Conte's a bit different, I feel. He's very much like, I'm going to go to every competition I'm in to win it. And that's his mentality.
Yeah, and that's what I was saying at the beginning of the season when we had all those arguments on the Conference League. We should be going into every competition trying to win it. I know, obviously, the big tournaments like the Premier League is definitely a stretch too far, but I definitely think that we can go into the cup competitions, the Conference League, the League Cup, and the FA Cup with the mentality to go in it to win it.
Yeah, but I just felt like under Nuno, he did it because that's how he had to do it. Like, he had to prioritise because the squad for him was too stretched. But I think under Conte, he can get more out of the rest of the squad than Nuno can. Agreed. And then all of a sudden the squad looks a bit deeper than it was.
Especially in the formation we're playing, it already looks deeper, doesn't it?
Exactly. So that's why I'm thinking maybe a bit more positively about the Conference League than I was under Nuno. Now we have Conte, and I think it just changes it a bit for me. And I think it definitely would breed positivity if we were to go on a run in this competition and maybe even win it later in the season. But don't get me wrong, if we are in a serious battle for top 4 and we've got this competition in the knockout stages, I would want us to prioritise the top 4 battle. Don't get it twisted. 100%. If it comes to that, I just feel like the fringe players, or the players who are in the second teams, let's say, might be able to do a better job now under Conte than they were under Nuno.
Yeah, it's just a lot more structure to the team now, isn't there?
Yeah.
In terms of the group, Rennes are top with 10 points. We're second in 7 points. Vitesse third and 6 points. Mura at the bottom with 0 points. I mean,
we're 3 points behind Rennes.
Yeah. We're 3 points behind Rennes. We play them last game. So if Mura are like the San Marino of this group, aren't they?
Yeah, I mean,
so we should, whatever team we have out tomorrow night, we should be winning quite convincingly, no matter what team.
Yeah, I mean, Obviously, we last time we played them, we were 2-0 up, and then they got a goal out of nothing and kind of got back in the game, and we needed the big boys to come off the bench to finish the job for us. But that really shouldn't have come to that, and I'm hoping it doesn't come to that tomorrow. We should have this. These Slovenian player team, they're nothing to be feared, and we should be easily turning these lot over 100%. Whatever team, as you say, whatever team we put out, I do think it's going to be not full strength, but I do think the team is going to be like fairly strong. I have a feeling Kane's probably going to play, maybe with a view of him coming off early. But I do think he's going to start the game. I do think they're going to have and whoever we bring in, whether we Bergwijn or Skip, if Skip comes in, or if Winks keeps his place, or whatever it is, these are international players who should easily be rolling over Mura 100%, even if we are away from home. Have they picked up a point yet?
No.
They haven't picked up a point. So there you go.
They've conceded 10 goals and scored 2 goals.
Yeah, it should also offer Harry Kane more of a chance opportunity to stat pad.
Yeah, exactly. Everyone's going to accuse him if he starts tomorrow. Oh, he's just stat padding once again. San Marino.
He must be top goal scorer in the Conference League, no?
How many has he scored?
He scored 3 against Mura.
Yeah.
He scored against. Didn't he score against Vitesse? Can't remember now. I know he scored a bunch in the qualifying, didn't he? But
I don't think that counts. I mean, 4 is the top goal scorer with Andre Green and Ola Solabakken, and Harry Kane is joint in second and 3 goals.
Second, all right, so he's not far off.
Yeah, he's not in great company there. I mean, the only other player I've heard of in the top 10 is El Shaarawy. Everyone else I've literally never heard of in the top 10. So, I mean...
Probably stands with his competition. Everyone who never heard of anyone in this competition.
Literally,
honestly, it's the worst competition. But look, we're in it, and hopefully with Conte at the helm, it could inspire the players who are challenging for the first team. That maybe it gives them belief that, because this is the main issue I had with Nuno leaving the whole team at home wasn't necessarily disrespecting the competition. It was more the players who were playing. It didn't give them motivation to win the game or play well. Because as Winks said, as much as people might have not liked it, whatever, like you have to have a feeling of I'm playing for my place, somewhat. Even if it's like you have to kind of have a feeling that if you're playing well, you're moving towards the first team in some capacity. And by leaving the whole first team at home and having this second string team out, it does 100% give the impression whatever you do on Thursday night is irrelevant because you're not going to be playing on Sunday.
Yeah. And I
didn't like
that was one of Nuno's
that's the main
downfalls,
thing,
in my opinion. Yeah, that selection, as strange as it sounds, a selection for a Europa Conference League game, but I do believe that was one of the downfalls of him getting trust with the squad and stuff like that.
Yeah, I don't think the squad. I think even the first team squad probably wouldn't even like that. What he did. It wasn't. It's not the best way of fostering competition within the team and everyone battling for places. It's kind of just creating a 2-tier squad in a way, and that's no good. I don't think. I think you want everyone
needs to be in it together, don't they?
Yeah. First of all, you need to be in it together, and you need to be feeling like you're fighting for places and you're battling each other. And if Winks has a good game, he has to have a feeling at least he has a chance of starting on Sunday if he has a good game. Otherwise, that's why I think we put in these terrible performances in these away games in the Europa League, because I feel like first of all the opposition like Vitesse were well up for it, and so we have to be matching that intensity. And we weren't up to the task because the players didn't have the motivation to feel like if I play well today or if I have a good game, I'm gonna put myself in the conversation for the weekend. I'm gonna be fighting for minutes. There wasn't that, and it kind of just felt like whatever I do, I'm not going to be in the team. So what's the point?
Yeah,
that's the impression it gave off. And obviously, look, when you're a professional footballer at that level, you shouldn't need the motivation to play well. But at the end of the day, they're human beings, and all these things matter.
And it's not like back then, like it was like I know it's a squad that's been together for a while, but it's not like a squad with the manager that's been there for a while, and they're playing to prove themselves to the manager. And when he's already creating that sort of divide, I mean, it's just not great, is it?
Exactly. And not only that, but also, I completely agree, and also creates a impression that you don't take the competition seriously. Even if the competition isn't your priority, you have to at least give off the impression that you take it somewhat seriously. And I know at the time I defended the decision to leave everyone at home, but at the end of the day he ended up losing the game anyway on Sunday. And when that happens, there's obviously serious questions have to be asked with what the plan was. And I think when you're in this competition, if you want the players that you're selecting to put in a performance that is worthy of winning the game, then there has to be some sort of semblance that you care about the result. And by leaving everyone at home, it kind of gives the impression that you don't.
Yeah, completely agree. In terms of the game tomorrow, I mean, we always say it when we play these kind of games and against these kind of opposition, you need to go in with the right mentality. And we've been accused in the past under Jose, under Nuno, even under Poch, of going into these games without the right mentality. I mean, surely that's not going to be the case tomorrow night with Antonio at the helm.
Not because it's so early on in his reign, so everyone's still looking to impress. I think as much as the first 3 games, Conte's obviously stuck with a fairly similar team. I'm still sure that there's going to be opportunities to fight your way into this team, no doubt about it. I don't think, apart from there's a few places in the team which are definitely up for grabs. So I think that all these players are going to have to be on top of their game and making sure that they're showing the manager that they're serious about breaking into the first team, or they want minutes. And so I even if it's a mix and match team, which I'm expecting, I still think that these players are definitely going to be trying their hardest because they know there's an opportunity here now with Conte at the helm. There's an opportunity to, not just for themselves, they got a World Cup coming up and they need to be on top of their game and playing consistently if they want to make their national teams. For a lot of those players who are maybe on the brink of being in or out the team. So they've got Conte now, who's a manager who's known for improving players, who's known for winning things and fostering an environment in the dressing room which brings the best out of the players. And so they'll know there's a good opportunity for them to really, if they can get into the team, that they could become serious considerations for their national teams and also for themselves, bring themselves on as players. So I think they won't want to let this opportunity slip. They've already done it so many times now with previous managers. They won't want to do it again.
Definitely. Finally, how do you see the game going tomorrow? Are you expecting a fast start? And if it's a fast start, I mean, it could really turn into a bit of a cricket store tomorrow night, can't it?
Yeah, I don't know. But look, I don't know if it'll be a fast start or what. I'm expecting a resounding victory by at least 3 goals. Obviously, I know Mura. He gave us a bit of a scare last time, but we ended up winning 5-1. We should be home and host. If I'm expecting one of Kane or Son up front. So I think that we should be winning. We should be winning this game by half time.
Yeah, definitely. We definitely should be. That's for sure.
And hopefully taking Kane off.
All right. And score prediction. What's your score prediction tomorrow?
I'm going to go 4-0.
4-0. Yeah, I mean, it's going to be something along those lines, I think. I'm going to go for a 5-0 Spurs. And I'm hoping some new players get on the score sheet that we haven't seen, like a Brian Hill or someone like that. I want to see these players really perform. I want to see Ryan Sessegnon step up a level because this is a big opportunity for players like Brian Hill and Ryan Sessegnon first start under Antonio Conte and stuff like that. So
it's a big opportunity for Sessegnon to kickstart his career. He couldn't have, if he could have handpicked any manager to come in to kind of get him going again, he probably would have picked Conte.
Yeah, and what a game as well to get your confidence up against a lower level side. Get in there, put down a marker, and then put yourself in a conversation for the league games because Reguilon has been brilliant so far under Conte, but he's the only one that we've got in that position. So there's definitely a fight up for grabs there.
Definitely, and in terms of when you look at players in the final third, Sessegnon might even feel he could do more than Reguilon in the final third because as much as Reguilon is a good fullback, you can whip in a good cross and stuff like that. Like in terms of final third contributions, that's where Sessegnon that's what set him apart initially from the players around him. That was his big MO.
Yeah.
So if he can get that back and start really contributing to a final third again like he used to, he might feel like this could be his opportunity to really break into the Spurs team.
Yeah, I completely agree. But look, the game is tomorrow night, 5:45 kickoff. We'll be here for the live watch long, and prior to that you can catch the pre-match pump up with David Harris, and then after the watch long obviously it's your chance to have your say on the post-match fan show. But that is your match preview. I'm going 5-0, my brother's going 4-0, so we're very confident in here for the game tomorrow night. But let me know your score predictions in the comment section below, and we'll see you soon. But we've got some super chats to get through. First of all, Amzo saying, big up Sim and Ben, thanks for sending the quiz prize to me in the post. Do you think there is a chance for Ali to play up front tomorrow?
I don't think up front. I don't think Conte sees him.
I think he will play tomorrow night though.
Yeah, I mean he probably will. Depending on the formation, I guess. Does he play two up top with Ali just behind, or does he play Ali in the 3 or up top and all Ali, one of Ali in the 2? I don't know. It's difficult to see where Ali fits in under Conte.
Yeah, I mean, maybe he could play as a false number 9 or something like that up top.
I don't know. I just feel like he's going to want a striker there. That's how he usually plays.
Yeah.
I mean, I'm happy to be corrected, but I just feel like Conte, every team he's been at, I've never seen him play with a false 9 before in my life.
Yeah, but have you ever seen him play a Conference League game against a bog standard side? That's the thing.
No, but whether he's gonna, I don't know. From what he's saying, he's gonna take it fairly seriously. So whether he's just gonna chuck Ali in as a false, I just got a feeling Kane's gonna play, and maybe Ali might come on or something. I don't know.
If he does change that system where we play 2 up top, he can play maybe him and a Kane up top with Ali dropping a bit deeper.
But he could do that, but then you got to think, Bergwijn's got to get minutes as well. Hill's got to get minutes, and they only get minutes in the 3 up top. They don't really get minutes. I can't see, but he might look long term. We've spoken about turning Bergwijn into a wing back or whatever, but I don't think he's going to do that immediately. He's going to want to give Bergwijn an opportunity in his best position first before he starts doing stuff like that.
Do you think it'll be Doherty right wing back?
Yeah.
Yeah, me too. Another super chat here from The Truth Sets Free saying 6:50 a.m. and barely functioning, but wanted to say welcome back to the great Sim, and I hope he knows I was thinking of him last week. Come on, you Spurs.
Well, thank you. I hope I don't know what you're thinking about, but I hope it's good things.
He was wishing you well.
Okay, I appreciate that. Well, I'm much better. All your prayers have been answered.
And The Truth Sets Free with another super chat saying, I believe in Sessegnon big time everywhere we go. And it's funny the kind of reaction to Sessegnon, because before Conte's come in, like nobody had a hope in hell for Sessegnon, and suddenly everyone seems to be all positive about Sessegnon again.
Yeah, I mean, I've never said I don't have a hope in hell for him. I just think his injuries have obviously set him back a lot. I just think if I'm looking at him and how he plays and what his strengths are, and what and not just what his strengths are, and how good Conte could make him, I believe he's the perfect manager for him. He's going to get him playing intensity, hopefully playing with confidence, which is the main thing. And we know that Sessegnon got so many goals for Fulham at the back post area on the left-hand side, with finishes at the back post and scoring a lot of goals in positional-wise. And with the way Conte likes to get his fullbacks involved, if one fullback's there on the right-hand side and they're crossing it to the far post, there's always usually a free fullback. And if that's Sessegnon, he could really start scoring goals. So I'm pretty excited about the potential of what Sessegnon could do under Conte.
All right, Bob Spur TV with the super chat saying, was thinking of you in the shower this morning, Sim.
Absolutely fantastic from you, Bob. What were you singing? What song were you singing? I don't know. What song did you attribute to me?
Go on, Bob Spur, let us know what song you attributed to Sim in the shower this morning. But before we get on to the guest, I want to let you guys know about the brand new t-shirt designs that we've got ready and on sale for you guys. Let's bring them up on screen. There you go. go. 2 Heung-min Son t-shirts. It says "Nice One Son" on it, and I really like these ones, white and navy designs. And we've got an Italian job design as well, which has the faces of Paratici and Antonio Conte on as well. So I was really excited to bring these to you guys. And if you want to know where you can find them, you've got brand new designs available pinned to the top of the chat, and you can find the link there. So everyone, if you want one of these t-shirts, they're up for grabs right now. So click the link and go and check them out on the new Spurs on our website. But also there are we've reloaded in the We Are Tottenham TV stock as well. So if you fancy getting yourselves one of those, go for it. And Bob Spurs said he was singing 21 seconds to go.
21 seconds to go.
Oh, Bob.
God.
Bob, you are a top legend, man. All right, let's bring on Brian Dakhil. Brian, how's it going, man? Oh, I can hear myself. Oh, there you go. That's much better. Brian.
I can't hear Brian, though.
Brian, you're on mute, I think.
You hear me now?
There we go.
How many years do you want to come on here without putting yourself on mute?
Mate, do you know what it was? It's because I couldn't hear the Antonio Conte press conference. I put it on YouTube on the other screen, so I muted this, and then I forgot to unmute it. So that would be why, but it has been long. That's a rookie mistake. But how are you, boys? It's good to see you feeling better, buddy.
Brian, absolute pleasure seeing you again. I was, under the weather for a large part of last week, but I just want to say, by the way, I don't know if I said it on camera, thank you for filling in for me while I was on holiday as well. You did a great job. It was fantastic watching you every day. And it's good to see you again.
So Brian, Sim went on a holiday just to watch you.
Yeah, that's it. And get a tattoo, and Conte come in, and Nuno gets sacked. I loved every single minute of this. And as I said, if you ever go away again, or Ben, let me know, and I'll jump on a plane anytime you guys need me.
Funny enough, I'm going away tonight. You fancy coming in for tonight?
Yeah, well, I think COVID restrictions and everything, it might be a little bit too late. But guys, you know, whenever you need me, I'm there.
Legend, absolute legend. But how are you feeling coming into the game for tomorrow night? But before that, we actually get into that. Since Conte has come in, has your opinion on the Conference League changed at all?
I was kind of like you, Sim, that it's a cup, we need to win it, and we just need to win a goddamn trophy. One thing I was different to you is I was quite happy when Nuno left everyone home before West Ham, and I thought, you know what, he's got to keep that players fit. But I've kind of jumped on your bandwagon with this one. I'm happy he's saying he's going to take everyone to keep them on their toes and everything. So, well, listen, this cup, the way I look at it is, if we win it, we're going to get banter for winning a Tin Pot Cup. And if we go out to it, especially with Conte, we're going to get even more banter for going out of the Tin Pot Cup. So I'd rather get the banter for winning it than not winning it. So I'm taking it seriously.
How Spursy would it be to get bantered for winning a trophy?
Mate, there's only one team in the world that can do it. And we have the prestigious honour of being that club.
But, you know, coming into the game, what sort of team are you expecting tomorrow night?
I'm really looking forward to seeing Sessegnon. I really am. I think it's going to be like a new side, not like obviously a world class, but he's a huge. He can be a huge asset. I was talking yesterday on Tottenham Tour saying that you know what, we can actually use it as well. It's not just competition for places with Reguilon and him. Can you imagine playing both of them on the left hand side? And the pace that would just be going down that left hand side if we need to get a goal or anything, it would be.
Where does Sonny come in then?
Well, this is the thing. It could be on times where maybe you give it. Maybe you can get. It's an option to give Son a rest. So it's basically another option. And you got Hill. So down that left side now, it looks like we've got lots and lots of options.
Yeah, definitely.
Yeah. What kind of do you expect? Like Kane to start tomorrow? If not, who do you think could be playing up top?
Do you know what? I think he will, because we just need to keep getting those goals in. He didn't obviously score on Sunday, and I think he'll play, but only play a bit of the game, maybe the first half. But the one I really want to talk about is I'd like to see. You were talking about earlier about the back three. I want to see Tanganga start again, because I honestly believe Davinson Sanchez deserves the first team start after his performance against the last watch along I did with John in the studio against Vitesse. He came on, got that really bad, or could have been really bad head injury, and then just came back like a warrior. And then when he made his brief substitution appearance on Sunday, he was just winning everything. So I'd rather give Tanganga more game time and maybe play Davidson in the Premier League against Burnley for the added power.
Yeah, and Romero looks like he might have picked up quite a serious injury. How much of a blow do you think that's going to be? And do you think we'll look in January maybe another centre back because of the injury, or do you think is that the right thing to do?
It's very concerning about that injury. It really is. But I'll tell you what, it's not as concerning as it was if it happened just as Nuno got sacked. Because the defence against Everton, all right, yeah, he was part of it, but he wasn't against Leeds. And the back three have done their job. So I think obviously Romero goes in every single time and I want him back as soon as possible. But I think this before this injury, I thought the transfer window, the necessities are a competition for Kane and a number 10 as a necessity, because we just don't have that cover or strength in depth. But if Romero's going to be out for a while, I think that may force our hand to dip into another centre back.
And Brian, actually, while we got you here, Spurs released their financial results yesterday. And their financial report. I wanted to get your take on what was being released, if you had a chance to look at it.
Yeah, do you know what? I thought, this may be the day where we get through one where all roads don't go back to that man. It's very early history. Listen, it's nonsense again. It's nonsense. He's put himself in a corner again where he said he's going to back Conte. There's certain things in the way he's worded it that I don't agree with. He keeps talking about building properties, and I'm like, shut up with the goddamn properties. But what I will say is, I thought we were going to have a much bigger loss than what it actually turns out to be. And if you look at it's a loss, and it's a big number for anyone in any walk of life. But for a Premier League football club, it's not exactly Joe Lewis is trying to sell his boat to raise funds, is it? So some of the things he says in there, I think he's contradicted himself again. But I'm just happy that the loss isn't as big as I thought it would be.
In terms of this whole Levy and ENIC out thing, right? Are you still as vocal, because I haven't really seen many of your streams actually since you've been back? So are you sorry about that, but are you as vocal about ENIC out and about as Levy out as you were before Conte?
100 billion%. Listen, it's not going away. I'm glad for that, because I'm going to say in a moment. So first of all, he's done the first part in bringing in Conte. That's all well and good. He did this with Mourinho. It's now back him. And when I say back him, I don't mean go and spend 200 million in January. If Conte says, I want, let's just say, a 32-year-old right back, and he names a player by name, don't say, oh, okay, I'm going to get you a version of this, or there's no sell-on value. If Antonio Conte says he wants this player, he doesn't mean I want this type of player. He means he wants that specific player. So you've got to go and back him, because funnily enough, his CV warrants it. And the thing I need to say is about with ENIC and Levy out. Now, it's come under, on social media, it's come under a lot of things now, that people are being they're being personal on Twitter. They're being, they're even saying at the protest that the group that I am with, Change for Spurs, and Today is too dear. Apparently, we're standing there where we are opposite the club shop. We're all drunks. We're trying to cause fights. We're shouting racist and anti-Semitic language and being very, very rude, and apparently causing trouble wherever we go. Now, that's not us. Ben Simeon, Ben for Simeon, you've seen it. The numbers aren't great, and we need to get those bigger. But the things that we're not is racist in any form or way, violent, antagonising, or causing any sort of trouble. Yes, there are people on Twitter that are staunch Levy out like myself, but not affiliated or part of these protests, that are saying some really horrible, horrible stuff online to people, at people, or about groups. It's not us. Just because people are saying they're Levy out doesn't mean they're standing there at the protest with us. If people want to come and chat, whether you're with us or against us, they're there every single time. and we will talk like we have done with lots of people and explain why we are leaving out and have conversations with people. But the one things we have not been is racist, rude, drunk, and aggressive. So I just needed to say that.
Especially you, Brian. Haven't had a drink in 17 years.
Yeah, 13 and a half. But yeah, we're
13
getting
and a half.
close. We're getting close. And there's a few of them there. I'd actually say most of them don't drink. So these things that are coming out, and it's just stupid because also the rumours about when they were going to get the plane over the ground, like the Wenger one, that got tarred with the same brush that it was us, and we had nothing to do with it. Absolutely nothing. But because we're the most vocal, and obviously I have the platform where I do it, we get tarred with this brush, and it's not us.
Yeah, look, I'll vouch for that because I've been around you guys many a time, you know, at various different protests, and it is a very peaceful protest, and it's just people trying to get their message across. It's not aggressive, it's not rude, and it's definitely not racist or anti-Semitic, that's for sure.
Thank you, sir. Thank you. I mean, that just has to be. I mean, you can see people in the comments as well, again, saying, well, Levy got us Conte, we should still be happy. It's like, well, no, like I said, it's a huge step. It's a huge step that he should have done years ago. He should have backed managers years ago. And
Agreed.
Let's just hope he gives him the funds. If he gives him the funds and he does it for a consistent amount of time, then obviously you've got people that will say, do you know what? Well done, Levy. I won't be one of them unless he does it for 3, 4, 5 years. And with that, I don't mean spending 150, 120. Like I said, get the manager the players he wants, not cheap imitations or build for the future. The now. It's all about the goddamn now.
Yeah, and I agree that I think at the moment it's not about not holding Enoch or Levy to account which they obviously need to be. We obviously need to still be scrutinising what they're doing. But I just think, for me personally, you know, now they've got a director of football and Fabio in. Now they've got Conte in. Things are moving, hopefully, in the right direction. And I just want to see where this project goes before I start calling for the boards to be gone again.
Oh, Siri, listen, I completely understand why people are like that. I understand completely why you're like that. I completely understand that. And like I said, I respect everyone's opinion. What I, as you know from when I've come on the show, I go on the 14 years of evidence I've got and things that have happened.
Oh, no doubt about it. Yeah. No, I'm not saying, it's not about forgetting that. It's just about, you know, I see hopefully them making decisions which we've been calling for. For example, you know, we've been calling for a director of football and they got Paratici, and we've been calling for a manager who's got, you know, who represents a club who's more ambitious, and they've got Conte in. So those things are good. Obviously, they still need to back him and all these different things 100%, and we need to be on their case about all these things. But I'm just willing to see where this project goes before I start calling for Levy's head again.
No, I mean, of course. Simi, like I said, I totally get that. But like I said, we thought we were going to have this with Mourinho. We thought we were going to have this with Poch. We thought we were going to have this. And obviously, for me, it's gone too far now. So, yeah, do you know what? One more chance. And I like I said, I understand why you are there completely, and why other people are there. But for me, we are well gone. We are well past it. Like I said, I've been like this since Joel left, and it's been too long now for me to go. Oh yeah, do you know what? I'll give you another try. But like I said, everyone has their right to their opinion, and I will always respect that. I'm just very outspoken with mine.
Yeah. All right, Brian. Just before we let you go, score prediction for tomorrow.
I'm going to go with, I can't remember which one of you said it, but I'm going to go 4-0.
4-0.
I said that, yeah. That's why I said 4-0. Big up,
fantastic.
Brian. Lovely to see you as always, mate.
I will speak to you guys soon, and I'm going to order a few of those shirts. It's Hanukkah coming, so I might get myself some Hanukkah stocking fillers, or shall I say candlestick fillers. And yeah, I mean, I don't wear red anything because of it being a certain colour with a certain team, but I might have to do, as it's you boys in the Italian flag, I might have to bend that a little bit.
Yeah, I tell you, that red on those T-shirts had no way any sort of association with that filth, so don't you worry about that.
All good then. So guys, listen, have a great day. Everyone in the chat, have a fantastic day, and we will speak soon.
Nice one, Brian.
All right, Adams.
Oh, we missed that one. All right, we've got another super chat here from the True Sets Free saying, Sim, I was not thinking of you in the shower, for the record, like legend Bob Spur was.
All right, thanks for making that clear.
Let's get Ben on.
Ben V.
Yes, Ben, how's it going, mate?
Yeah, I don't know why it's gone a V. It's meant to be a W for Wills, but never mind.
Yeah, I was about to say, I
We'll
thought
get
it was
that
a
changed for
W.
you. We'll get that changed for you. But Ben, how are you doing, and how are you thinking about this game? How do you think it's going to play out tomorrow?
I think we're gonna we must easily win, but I don't know. I'm excited to see what Conte is gonna do, because I'm guessing he's not gonna play a full 11-a-side team that we usually play. He's gonna try some different things, so I'm quite excited to see what he's gonna do.
Yeah. How serious you think he's going to take this competition? Obviously, it was well documented in the previous round, or two previous rounds ago, when Nuno left the whole first 11 that started in the Premier League at home, and we played a second string 11 away at the test. We ended up getting turned over 1-0, and a lot of the players were complaining about a potential two-tiered squad, and they didn't feel like they were battling for their first team place and stuff like that. It was Winks, I think, was saying it. How do you think Conte is going to approach this competition in the long term? Do you think he's going to be serious about winning it, or do you still think he's going to be one that he might be happy to fall by the wayside?
No, I think he's going to be serious for it. I think for him, it's no matter what you're playing at, he demands a specific intensity, and hard work. So he might not play the full. He's not going to. I don't know what he's going to do, but I'm guessing he's not going to play our usual first 11. But he's going to want to push as hard as possible. I think he wants to win every tournament. It doesn't matter, even if it might not mean anything, he wants to win anything. And I think, at least that's my feeling from him, from how he speaks, how he wants to prove himself yet again, because he's got a record and he wants to show it. He wants to keep winning. So I think it's really important for him. I think it just depends. I don't know how serious tomorrow's game is. I don't know, but.
Do you expect, obviously we're still with Scarlett injured, he's confirmed. Do you expect Harry Kane to keep his place tomorrow? Or do you think maybe there's going to be another option up front we could play?
I got a feeling that maybe because of Steven Bergwijn maybe not playing, Steven Bergwijn might go on the left wing and Son might go in the middle. I don't think Kane will play, but he might be on the bench in case he wants more goal scoring, or I don't know, something. But I think Steven Bergwijn, because he needs to play, and he's a strong player in our squad, I think he'll be playing in the left wing. Yeah. Let's see. And it maybe Joe Rodon in the defense. I don't know. I think he's going to try things and see how well everybody is working towards wanting to play.
Yeah, I mean, has your opinion on this competition changed at all since Conte's come here, or what were you thinking about this competition beforehand?
I think we all agree it doesn't mean much, this competition, but if we win a trophy, I would not complain. I would really be happy to win this competition. At least it's a step forward. It's it's some sort of hope that we're going in the right direction, and the players are starting to fight a bit more.
And going into it, what is your score prediction tomorrow night?
3-0.
3-0. Who's going to get the goals?
I think Son's going to get 2. I don't know. I've got a feeling for Sonny that he's gonna do it, and then I don't know. Maybe one of the wingers, the third goal. I don't know. I really don't know. I really hope Sonny though, because I think Sonny deserves some more goals because he's doing a lot of work for the club.
Yeah, definitely. All right, Ben, thanks for coming on, my friend, and we'll see you soon.
See you guys. Thanks for
Nice
having
one,
me.
Ben. Nice to see you.
Another super chat here for The Truth Sets Free, saying, Brian, it's better to understand than be understood. Bill Russell, the legend of legends. Your intentions are pure and out of love for your club.
All right.
Who have we got next? Look who it is. Look who it is. The great Bob Spur
Just
TV.
out the shower.
Fresh out the shower. Fresh out the shower.
I got 21 seconds to go.
Go
I got
get
21 seconds to go.
I've got my own playlist for Sim. Oh yeah.
What else is on there, Bob? Is that what I'm missing?
Where did you come from? Where did you go? It only takes a minute, girl. All of it, man. I've got all of them.
Is that just when you're missing me, eh, Bob? When I'm not in the studio?
I've missed you. I missed you last week, man. I mean, I hope
I'm
you.
just
I hope you're
imagining
better.
like you know, like him in black and white, just like Bob, like down, like the head down in the shower, just looking depressed, letting the water run through him.
Man, that was
Like, I just miss him. I just miss him.
You're better looking than Brian anyway. So.
Oh, Bob. So lovely to see you as always, mate. Hope you're doing well.
All good, all good. Yeah, busy moving. So I'm moving to. You probably know I've officially now moved to your neck of the woods. So I'm a southerner now. Yeah. So
how's that feel? Only half an hour away from the studio, I'm hearing.
That's it, mate. Yeah, there, 30 minutes away. So yeah, good. I'm finally home. I was born and bred London anyway. Moved up north for the last few years and back home now. It's
homecoming.
Great. Homecoming, man. Yeah,
homecoming. Yeah. Lovely. Hopefully we'll see more of you down here now, Bob.
Yeah,
now
definitely.
You're coming.
100%.
Looking at the game tomorrow, Bob, obviously we've got Mura away in the Conference League. Conte's been talking about taking this game seriously. What kind of first of all, what kind of team are you expecting tomorrow, and also do you think he's going to go all out to win this competition?
Yeah, I think so. He's a winner, isn't he? He's a winner. So I think it goes without saying that he's going to go out and win it. What I do hope he makes some changes, purely because the squad's not big enough. We do need to make some changes, but I think what the squad needs to do, and whereas they haven't done so far in the Conference League, is leave an imprint in Conte's mind that this second stream or some of the second stream players who do come in do leave a bit of a thought in Conte's mind to make him think, you know what, he could do a job for us in the Premier League. Whereas against Mura previously, Rennes not really seen anyone who's come out of those games to make a push for the first team. So I hope against Mura, a perfect example, it took us Sonny and Kane to come on to change that game. So there's no one that's really stuck out from the second string team in these games to give the manager a bit of a thought. It's hard. It's a bit hypocritical, really, isn't it? Because we're not. Whatever happens against Mura, we shouldn't be really looking at it too seriously anyway. But we do want someone to come out of the blocks and say, you know what, don't forget about me. Be it a Bergwijn, be it a Sessegnon, be it a Tanganga, or whoever. I mean, Scarlett's not there, obviously, but that would have been nice.
You know what I think we can take from it, Bob, is the reaction from the so-called second-string players, because we've seen it time and time again where they play in these kind of games, they don't put the effort in, and I think it'll be quite telling if these players come in and they do put in the effort. But when you're talking about these players, which ones do you expect to start tomorrow, and who are you expecting the big performances from?
You guys know what my thoughts are on Bergwijn. I really hope he gets a run out. I really do. I still think there's so much more to come for him, be it up in the front three or be it in a wing back position. I really do think he needs to make a mark. I've got a feeling he is about to. He's ready to make a mark. His performance for Holland in midweek was absolutely brilliant. So for me, Bergwijn, like I say, I like him anyway. But and Sessegnon, I don't think he'll make that many changes. But it'd be nice to see Sessegnon down the left and give Reguilón a bit of a. You remember he was dead. It was the worst week of his worst day of his week, worst day of his life as well. So worst week of his life. So yeah, it'd be good to see some players get rest, but I don't think he's going to be making that many changes. He just wants to win it. And if there's some hard grafting involved, then so be it. That's Conte for you. It is up to the players to step up and become a thought and become an option in his mind. And so far, unfortunately, in any of these conference games, no one's done that. No one's done. Lo Celso kind of did against Zamora when he put them through balls to Kane, but no one's really made their mark, have they?
Yeah, but do you think Sessegnon could be getting a bit of a renaissance under Conte? Do you think he could be a good manager for him?
Yeah, anyone's really, Sim, isn't it? I mean, to an extent, there's a clean slate. The fact that he should know all the players by now anyway. 7 of the players are still here from the last time he was there with Chelsea. It says everything. But yeah, I think to an extent there is a clean slate. But Conte, you'd think Conte's wise enough to pull out the weaker mentality and the weaker players already by now. Would have sussed them out. I don't think Ali's going to come back. I really don't. There's something that says to me is too far gone. His performance. I know it's only 6 minutes or so, but his attitude, his body language just says everything that is long gone. But yeah, the likes of Sessegnon, Bergwijn, yeah, the Ndombele is the one I'm waiting for. I've been waiting for bloody how many years, but I still say with him, with the right manager, with the right attitude, with the right mental capacity, the guy can become the best footballer in the world. I really do believe that. It's up to him now. It's up to the players because Conte ain't gonna give the benefit of the doubt that many times, if any.
Yeah, and finally, Bob, what is your score prediction tomorrow night?
I'm going 4-0. Same. I just want to say one thing, and I know Brian's still listening. I can see you, Brian. Hello. It's about the protests. Now, me and Brian, we're in tandem with regards to. I don't have to tell you what my thoughts are with regards to Levy and Enoch, but I do think, in my opinion, and it is just my opinion, and quite a few other people's who I think there needs to be a suspension of the physical protest. Purely and simply, I hope the penny's dropped with Levy, but if, as expected, he's not going to spend any money in Jan and he's going to fuck Conte over, as expected, if the protests continue and we go full force in Feb, where we should be going, I don't think people are going to differentiate. If we're continuing the protest now of Levy out and Enoch out, I still want Levy out, yeah, but step one has been achieved in a way because that we want Levy out against Man United, forced his hand to get rid of Nuno, bring in Conte, and hopefully back him. It's all a wait and see now. I still want him out, but it's all a case of waiting till the end of Jan to see if he has done it. By us continuing, and they are still us. I'll still see the people protesting now as us. But by us protesting constantly, even now, there does give that mixed kind of feeling. What are they protesting about? Whereas we have the protest for me, the flags out there, not it shouldn't be profit before glory or anything. It should be we're watching you, Levy. Eyes on you, Levy. Spend, Levy. Time to back Conte, Levy. It should be that. It should be we're still here. We're still watching you. We still want you out. It's up to you. The ball's in your court. That kind of vibe. Whereas I just think it kind of devalues the power of a protest if by getting Levy, because don't underestimate that chant did make Levy change his mind. By chanting we want Levy out for him to not change, but make that first step of getting a good manager in, a great manager, world-class manager in, then to continue to I just think there's a slight devaluation about it, and it does confuse. I couldn't give a shit about people who don't want Levy out, of course not. I just think there'd be more of a power if there was a suspension, him doing what we were all expecting, then go full force in Feb, because that would get him out. I just think the continuous, there's a lot of mixed feelings and mixed opinions and mixed views. I don't know what you guys thought.
No, I think you're completely right, Bob, in terms of I think the protests and everything the fans have been doing ever since the Super League and everything like that, I think it has made waves in the club. I think we've seen that. They've definitely made changes, which the fans have wanted. Bringing in a director of football, which the fans have been calling for. Getting Levy to take a step back from footballing matters in that sense. Obviously, the appointment of Nuno was shocking, but the fans started chanting in the stadium, as you say, the Levy out chants definitely got him to rethink that, and now he's brought in Antonio Conte, and it's hopefully reshaped the priorities of the club to where they were in the summer, which were clearly not in the right way. The very fact we couldn't get the Conte deal over the line shows the priorities probably weren't in the right place in the summer than they are now. But I think now with Paratici and Conte there, it's not unreasonable to want to see where that goes, as opposed to constantly protesting the board and Levy. Obviously, look, I still want Levy out. Of course, I do. I'm still very skeptical of the board of what they've done over the past 20 years. And look, there's no getting around that. It's been years and years of mismanagement, for not on the business side, but on the footballing side, a lot of the time. But you have to acknowledge when decisions are made which are positive, and getting Conte and Paratici a positive decision. So if he ends up screwing Conte over and all these kind of things, it's not about forgiving and forgetting. It's all, of course you've got to still hold them accountable, and you've got to keep your eye on them and everything. But there's no shame in saying, I want to see where this project goes with these two at the helm.
Absolutely. And a comment yesterday, Levy won't listen to 20 people holding bed sheets and banners. Let me just go back a bit. These 20 guys with bed sheets and banners managed to help change the ESL decision. These 20 guys with bed sheets and banners managed to change the furlough decision. These 20 guys with bed sheets and banners managed to get to stop the Gattuso appointment. These 20 sheets of people managed to shout Levy out. Don't underestimate the people who were shouting get Levy out were because of these 20 guys with bed sheets and banners. And trust me, it's down to you. We're all watching you. And Levy, if you don't do as you should be doing, and back the manager, these very guys, these 20 people with bed sheets and banners will fucking run you out of the club. So eyes are on you. We don't have to be out there protesting. All eyes are on you. It's up to you to deliver now, because if it doesn't happen, then you'll see the rough in Feb. But right now, I'm a strong believer that we should not be devaluing the protest, because right now we are protesting potentially about them having to lie when they've not even lied yet. Let them lie, let them fuck up, and then let's go in full force. Because right now, I just think, personal opinion, it's just devaluing it. Let them lie as expected, and then let's go. Because these, like I say, don't underestimate the power of these 20 people with bed sheets and banners.
I can tell you for a fact the club have taken notice of all of that. They see it all the time, especially the NFL protests. It's very visible, and they're very much aware of when these banners are, so even if it's 5 people, they're aware of it and they see it, and they definitely take notice of it. So
ultimately, it's time for unity now, though, Bob, isn't it? It's time for unity
100%.
now.
100%.
The fan base has been split for too long now, and we've got Conte at the helm now. We've got Fabio Paratici, who's taken over Daniel Levy in somewhat of the footballing decisions and stuff like that. So until they screw up again, it's time for unity, in my opinion.
We don't want to act like sport children, do we?
No, exactly. I did a show on social media the Saturday just gone, and mate, it's still a cesspit. There's such a us and them divide, and I know it's easier, but you do need to stand back and look at the bigger picture. We all want Spurs to be successful, as cheesy and far-fetched as it sounds. People are coming in from all different angles. Levy in, Levy out, Levy don't really give a shit. But the end product, the end goal is a successful Spurs. And like you say, it'd be easier for us to get there with unity rather than so much divide, because the one thing, and I keep on saying, the one thing we all lack, be it Levy in, out, whatever, is dialogue. No one speaks to each other. Big up on Ian Meff, who comes onto the show, and he's not a Levy out, but he sits there, mate, and he explains himself, and he gets so much respect. And he sits there and he articulates why he's not a Levy out. And big up on him. He's the only one. I've been shouting out for Levy non-outers to come onto my show for 6 months, and he's the only one to come on and give his opinion. And he's one of our best guests now. He gets on with everyone, because he understands. He's had that dialogue, and that's one thing we don't have within our fan base is dialogue. Is to get together, get Levy inners, Levy outers, Levy not give shitters, and speak and talk. Because you'd be surprised how many things you've got in common, how many things you've got in common, and No one expecting the Levy outers to turn around and say, you know what, yeah, we're Levy inners now, or Levy inners to turn around and say, yeah, we're Levy. No, all we want is dialogue so people can appreciate and understand the other person's opinion. Because the conversation right now on social media is Levy out. Why do you want Levy out? Go and fuck yourself. That's it.
Mm-hmm.
And that shouldn't be it. That shouldn't be it.
All right, Bob. Absolute legend as always. And now piss off.
Brilliant. Thank you. Goodbye.
See you, Bob. The great Bob Spur TV. Everyone go and subscribe to his channel. Another super chat from The Truth Sets Free saying, we need a prick in the middle of the park and we have a winky right now. Patience. And another one from The Truth Sets Free saying, Bob Spur spot on. You must use great shampoo. Is there anyone else waiting to come on? No, that is it. Okay. Anything else from you?
No, I think that's it for me.
All right, so that is our Good Morning Tottenham match preview. Going to go up on the channel very soon, as well as predicted lineup as well. So thank you everyone for watching today. Like, subscribe and comment. And as always, come on you Spurs.